Today we've got a flight review on the FMS 80mm Rafale. This is the plug and play version. So Mike's going to go over the equipment that he's using on this model and show you the upgrades he's done, and then we'll get it in the air. And we'll also have a flight review with the top speed because we've got the GPS in there. So Mike, tell me about your equipment.
All right. First of all, I'll be using the Spectrum NX8 transmitter, and it's going to be running on the SMC 5300 high cycle, high voltage battery. Tucked back in here is a Spectrum AR 6610, is it?
6610T.
And that's pretty much for the front. The only mods done to this bird are out back, and it's from the RC Geek. These glue-in nozzles right here, so it gives it better thrust. Before, it'd howl a lot and make a bunch of weird noise and was a bit underpowered. So I got these, and it's also got an afterburner inside from the RC Geek. Other than that, I'll leave the missiles on the rails, and also underneath the wings. There's no drop tanks. It helps keep the CG back. I'm probably about 20 to 30 millimeters further back than the recommended book to get the high alpha that it needs.
So he's got a few modifications on there, and then I'd say the missiles and stuff probably help with the visibility too, right?
That too, yes.
Yeah, so he's got it set up with some good equipment. So let's take this bird up in the air and put it through its paces. All right, y'all, we got the FMS Rafale on deck. Here we go. Got the RC Geek afterburner in there. That runs off a, is that a 2S, Mike?
2S.
Yep, 2S LiPo that powers that. There we go.
A little stutter there.
Climbing out. This has got the stock 2100 kV 12 blade motor. Got plenty of power. Little Cobra maneuver there. And Mike, what are you doing on the rates?
100% rates between 20 and 30% expo.
Okay, so he's 100% rates, 20-30% expo. All right, you'll bring it in and try to slow it down over the deck. So that thing, really nice roll rate, 100%. Put it in a loop. Boy, that thing climbs up there no problem. You know, they've used that motor for a while, and it really is an awesome motor. We got a little bit of clouds out here today pulling in. You can see the.
Slow it down just a bit more for you guys.
All right, so you can bring it slow down. What I'll say is that paint scheme shows up really well in those lights in this overcast day. One thing you probably heard in the background was the throttle on and off. You heard the beep sound. So, you know, key thing with bringing it in like that is you need to be conscious of the throttle. And it's all about throttle control and having that pitch just right.
High speed pass for you guys.
All right, so he's going to do a heat check. And we've got the GPS in there, so we'll see the top speed after the end of the flight in the post review. For a Delta Wing, that thing moves good too.
Another Cobra for you guys in.
And that high speed pass, you know, with those new thrust tubes from RC Geek really woke the plane up as well. He's got so much authority, hit that elevator, boy. It really flips that thing over, don't it?
He's got a lot of authority with the nose. Basically a kite. Gear pass here before landing.
All right, so you'll get us a gear check in here. Right on time with our timer expiring. So you got a little bit slow right there, but you got back in the power. Did it go around?
Yeah, a little too slow.
Don't try to force a landing. Use or go around if you have to.
Here, leading off that speed. There she is.
Nice. Now we're back on the ground with the FMS 80mm Rafale. We'll take a look at some of the parameters and results. The flight time was set up for 3 minutes on the timer, and Mike came down at 44 seconds over. So let's see what that results to on the battery. You're gonna run the SMC 5300 6S, and that's the LIHV. So you charge those at 435 a cell. Unplug the afterburner there because it plugs into the balance lead. So it looks like we're at 377, which is 25%.
That's with one go around, so probably had about another in it.
Yeah, so one go around, and so you probably could have went around again as well. So definitely good flight time on this one, especially when you're doing alpha maneuvers or you're climbing it straight out and you're putting a lot of power through the system. It's going to draw that battery down a little bit more. If you're cruising around, you know, you could up that flight time probably 330 or so. Overall, I mean, my thoughts on the plane, and I get Mike's input, you know, compared to some of his other airplanes. It's a good looking bird, really bright paint scheme. The lights show up really well. You know, on its flight, took off down the center line, pretty much took it straight up. The vertical is really nice with the motor in this system. And, you know, with that FMX reflex gyro, seemed like it held the wind really good today. It was pretty stable in flight. He gave y'all some good high alpha passes across and brought it down and, you know, sat it down on the runway. Mike's got a couple other Delta wings. How does this one compare to like maybe some of the other ones you got?
I would say by far this one's the easiest to fly. Eventually I plan on getting rid of the FMS gyro because I think the Spectrum's a lot better. But it does what it's supposed to do. It just gives me a little bit of wing rock that I think a better gyro will take out eventually.
Right, and good thing with that AS3X, you know, you can tune it to how you want it. You don't have to leave it at one setting or, you know, go with default settings, anything like that, and you can adjust it per the plane. So, you know, definitely what I've seen, a good performing bird, and, you know, it's one of the most known Delta wings out there. So go ahead and push like on the video. Give some props to Mike for his flying today. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see future videos, and we'll see you on the next one.